everybody, welcome to the Paddlers for Life workout. I'm going to do the class that we do on a Sunday morning at Kendal Leisure Centre, and I'm going to go through it all the way with you. I'm going to do every exercise for the amount of time and just give you some demonstration, some pointers, and it's over to you. So we'll just have a little warm up. Feet apart, tummy muscles nice and tight. We're going to do our squats first of all. Sitting back into the squat, just making sure bum goes behind so that knees don't fall in front of your toes. So all the exercises are available on a sheet that I can send to you. Just going to bring in arms just to help warm up the upper body as well. We have a typical spring evening here in Barrowford in Lancashire. No sunshine, I'm afraid. That's tomorrow. Hope you all been well during the COVID-19 outbreak. Okay, first exercise we're going to do is press up. Knees hip distance apart, knee in line with your hip, fingertips pointing forward, big elbow bend. Dropping the chest down, breath in, breath out. I'm going to do 15 of these. Okay, back on your feet. From here, we're going to do a cardiovascular exercise, and we do these in between each of the exercises. For this one, just pulling your foot up behind. You can choose your pace, but basically we need to get our heart rate going. We need to get the breathing rate increased, and hopefully over the next half hour get a little bit sweaty. Just make sure that your surface is nice and safe. You're not going to slip. Well, we're going to do these for 1 minute. Now if you want to, we can add an arm just to make it a little bit more intensive. I found the best way to keep the time on this one, so we need about 1 minute, is just to try and keep count. We'll probably need around 100 of those in 1 minute. Hope you're warming up nicely. So literally here in the garden, I've got a mat that just makes it a little bit more pleasant than being on the floor. A small set of hand weights and one single slightly heavier weight. The order of the exercises are reasonably important. So the exercise programme was designed for us by researchers at Sheffield Hallam University, and this is what we'll do together. Okay, nearly there. do 10 more, 5 more. Okay, stomach curls next. Lie down, legs bent, nice big gap under the chin, and we're going to reach towards the top of the knee. Breathing out, breathing in. 15 of these. So for our cardiovascular exercise this time, we'll do jogging on the spot. If it does feel too much, feel free to march. If you feel you can, a little jog is good, using your arms to help you. Again, a nice steady count to 60, around about 100 on the steps. If you wanted to make that a little bit harder, raise on the knee. I'm okay with just the jog. About 10 seconds to go. Okay, this next exercise is for your back. Legs need to be in a bent position, arm down by your side. We'll pull the dumbbell up, just using the opposite leg as a little bit of support. And pull up at the side. Rest of the body's nice and still. It's essentially a back exercise. Need to be nice and solid on our base. Breathing out as you pull the arm up. Breathing in as you lower it down. 15 of those. Just 5 to go. Obviously each side. Change sides. Front foot slightly out in front. And pull the dumbbell up. Okay, back to our cardiovascular exercise. This time we're going to do our spotty dogs. Again, if it feels too much, feel free to do a lower impact version where we just tap behind, if you feel you can. And then you can actually just alternate. If you feel you can manage some quick ones, put those in. And then feel free to slow down if you need to, or a low impact version. I'll say about a slippery surface. Can we edit? next one you do need to make sure those tummy muscles stay nice and tight as you push back. About 10 seconds to go. Okay, next one's our back raise. You lie down, hands down by your sides, and we lift up and down. 15 of these. You don't need to lift very high, just making sure you can feel it down those muscles in your back. Okay. This time we're going to do half jacks. A little slippy patch there in the garden. And this is the low impact version. Leg out to the side with a lift of the arm if you feel you can. Full jacks, up to you, or alternating between them. Nice deep breaths during this bit, just making sure that on the cardiovascular exercise you try and keep nice and steady, keep the breathing consistent, popping in a few big ones if you can. But working just as hard as you feel you want to. That's 10. Okay. Next one is for your side muscles. For your oblique curls, you lie down again on your back, legs bent, knees hip distance apart. We're going to reach to the side of your knee. We go over, touch and down, over, touch and down. Just making sure you can feel those oblique muscles shorten and lengthen. We need a count of 30 on this one to make sure that we've done around 15 on each side. A nice big gap in your chin. So we focus the effort on our tummy muscles. Breathe out as you reach up and breathe in as you come down. So we'll go back to our hamstring curl for our cardiovascular exercise. Again, if you feel you want to put in a little bit of impact on this one, you can. Again, just be careful on your surface. If you want to do the low impact version, nothing wrong with that. You can have the arms. Does it feel like it's a little bit like hard work. And feel free to alternate into a few bounces if you feel you can. Well, obviously I'm guessing on the minutes here, but keep the movement nice and strong, nice and full. Choose your own rate. Just remember, this is cardiovascular section, so we're aiming to raise the heart rate and the breathing rate. And get a little bit sweaty. Hoping you recognise the exercises so far from our classes. Hope you're all still smiling. Okay, nearly there. Let's go for a nice count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely, well done. From here we're going to do the lunge. So take a big step forward, make sure the feet are wide apart, and we're going to drop that back knee. So keep the heel lifted, keep the tummy muscles tight, and drop the back knee down, taking that front knee to a right angle position. Quite tough, but do be careful. Try and use those tummy muscles to hold you steady. And we do 15 on each side. So preferably breathe out as we press up. Don't worry too much about that, as long as you don't hold your breath. So breath in on the way down. 5 on this leg. And change sides. So a nice big step first of all, and we drop that back knee down. Just make sure you're nice and steady. Got a slightly sore knee on my right. Doesn't like to go down quite so far. Just 3 more times. Lovely, well done. Okay, come back to our jog. And with the jog, obviously we can go for it if you really want to. We can keep it nice and low. We can bring it to a march if you feel that's appropriate for you. Just need to have a think about your heart, making sure it doesn't beat too hard. You want to work it. And my level is the jog. Occasionally I'll put in a few high ones just to get the heart rate going, making sure it feels like I'm actually doing something. Because it's all about keeping a general sense of tightness everywhere. We want to try and keep a little bit of tension in the chest and arms. Arms, we can make the heart rate work harder. We can put in our high knees every now and then if we want to. But if you really want to, we can go right down to a march. But about a minute. Nice deep breaths. After this one I am going to have a little drink. Would advise you to try and drink fairly regularly through the workout. Actually you can do this indoors as well Need a little space. Do find it can get a little bit hot inside. I do prefer to be outside to do it. Not like an air-conditioned studio in your house. Okay, let's go for it for the last 10 seconds. Okay, next one's the tricep dip. So I've got my chair handy here. Legs go out in front, taking the body down with a big deep elbow bend. I'm staying close to the chair. 15 of these. Can do this on the mat if it feels very difficult. I'll do 5 more and then I'll show you the mat version. Okay, so we sit down on the mat, legs bent, lean back, bend on the elbow and then sit tall. Bend on the elbow and sit tall. Much less intensive than the one on the seat. Or the step doesn't need to be a seat. Your back door step, patio door step, this is handy. I'll do 5 more. Lovely. Careful when you're getting up, just give your blood pressure a chance. We're going to do some knee raises next. Low impact version. You need to make sure we stand really tall. Raise the knee as high as you can manage. Arms are extra. If you want to, we can just do a lower version. If you really feel that you've got what it takes, we can add a little jump and a bounce. And feel free to do a combination of all of those. Again for about 1 minute. Making sure those tummy muscles help you out, keep your back nice and tall. These I can generally do about 1 a second. Feel free to lower the intensity if you need to, or if you feel you can. That's 5. And you're there. Just going to have a quick drink. Good old water. And then we need just a little set of dumbbells or cans of beans or something that's around 1.5 kilos. We're going to do the bicep curl, turn the dumbbell and an overhead press. So we lift, turn, push. Again, nice deep breathing. Use those tummy muscles. Keep yourself nice and still. You need to have those feet about hip distance apart. And we pull up, turn and press. Breathe out as we push up. And breathe in as we lower down. Nice precise movement. So this is for the front of the arms and the shoulders. All of the shoulder on that one. Hopefully you'll get into a rhythm. About 15 of those. Not quite sure how many I'm up to there. Possibly more than we need. 3, 2, one more coming up, and 1. So pop those down. So we need our cardiovascular exercise again. Just with a little bit of variation, I'm going to do a step up here. If you've not got a step, don't worry. You can have a low impact version where we literally step up, step down, step up, step down. With this one, we just need to make sure that you change your feet every now and then, just so we've changed the leading leg, so it's not too much pressure on the knee. If you feel you can, and again, feel free to interdisperse your 2 different levels. If that feels appropriate to you. Got you feeling okay? Still able to breathe? Through 6. Again, about 1 minute these. Just stay safe. So if you wanted to do it without the step, you can. Not quite as much fun, I don't think. Try for the last 10 seconds. Okay. So if you remember on the workout with Sheffield Hallam, we've got roll out at this time. Now I've actually got a ball that's really difficult to do. So we're going to put the plank in its place. So elbows down. The full version of the plank is to lift onto your toes. Head looking just out in front. If it does feel too much, feel free to drop down onto the knee. If it still feels too much effort, onto your thighs. Hold it nice and steady. Fingers pointing forward, toes out at the back. Again, feel free to interdisperse the higher level. Dropping down when you feel you need to, right down to that lower level if that's appropriate for you. Now we need about 25 seconds or a count of 25 for the plank. More if you can manage, all lower tummy. Okay, back onto our cardiovascular exercises. This time we're going to do a really wide squat. Make sure I'm not in a slippy bit of the garden. Okay, so we go out with our knees nice and wide, nice and fast, because we do need to raise the heart rate. If you want to, we can add some arms. Arms above the head, make it much tougher. Arms out to the front, slightly less intensive. If it feels too much with the arms, stay with the legs, but try and go nice and quick. If you feel you want to raise the intensity, we can just lift the heels. So we just need a little bit of speed. Again, if you feel you can, feel free to interdisperse. I hope you're getting the sound of the birds as well, joining us in the treetops. Nearly there, just going to lift on the heels. as many body parts as we can move, the higher that heart rate will go. Okay, we'll do a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Side lift next. So we go on our side on the mat, elbow down, knees bent, thighs pressed back. Hand on your hip if you can manage, and we just lift on the side. If you want to add some intensity, you lift on the arm, pointing straight up, turn of the head, and we want 15 on each side. Feel free to drop the arm if it feels too much. I'm just going to spin round so I'm not turning away from you. Feel free just to roll over. Just making sure those knees are pressed on the same level as your chest. And a lift of your arm. Feel you count. And around 15. This is for your waist muscles, or those oblique muscles. 5 more. Lovely, well done. Okay, back to our half jacks, or full jacks if you feel you can manage. That's the half jack, if you feel you can. Full jacks.